So
Sorry,
did he
Mr.
get
Chairman.
did he get a hold of you Saturday evening?
Yeah.
Okay, I gave him the number.
Yeah, he called and we chatted.
We got 16 advisory board member recommendation.
Yeah, I don't think you meant to put the 14, 16, but you did, so I didn't take it off.
Copy. And he is planning on being here, right?
To my knowledge, yes.
We got a minute.
I'm here, Dan.
Well, there's David. So that must mean you can go first, huh?
Yeah. No.
Actually, I've got it set aside. There he is. Good. We've been waiting patiently for you. They didn't want to turn the camera on until you were here.
Oh, wow.
We haven't been overly patient, we've been wringing our hands.
So let me send you an email regarding the 8th and 9th with the new person from Almost Gold. She wanted to know what works best for your schedule. You're the only gentleman I have
What's that?
those 2 days,
I
the
talked
8th
to,
and 9th
Good
of
night.
October.
Oh, I'm gone.
no,
You're
I'm still,
not.
I've been questioned, I just don't know where.
Oh, okay.
The
The
copy
new,
is still in the works, I talked
Alamos
to John,
Gold.
John didn't
Oh.
have nothing, so.
Well, there's a kickoff
And he's,
WIB Community Convening Economic Development Community Folks meeting tentatively scheduled on the 8th, and I will know more after Thursday on that. And Regional Solutions Group is meeting in Paisley, and they asked me, since it was in Paisley, if I wanted to attend. Commissioner Winters isn't gonna be there.
Is that on the 8th as well?
Mm-hmm. So I can't be both places, but
So morning of the 9th?
the 9th, that's what I have down there.
Okay.
I have it written down actually.
I'll just
Can I
tell
go-
her.
When you confirm that, if you could send me an email so I can put it in.
Sure.
If we're-
Okay,
if
we'll
we're
go ahead and-
successful early, I'd be here.
Bring our work session
Denise, I won't be here either.
September 23rd, 2014 to order at this time. Everyone, please either silence or turn off their cell phones and join us in the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Denise?
Anybody catch yourselves looking out that nice, clean?
Yeah, there's a gentleman walking past as we was doing a pledge.
We have one addition, mental health advisory member recommendation.
Okay, I think we're gonna just ask Ben to come up and join us real quick. And we'll get him taken care of. You can start with either one, Dan.
Okay.
The amendment or the.
We'll do the amendment
Okay,
first. Basically, what happened is that we switched from one tracking system to CPMS over to MOTS, and we did it in a timely fashion, and the state liked that, and they're gonna reward us with a $10,000 lump sum incentive.
And the incentive is paid to go where?
Anywhere, where we provide services, so, additional treatment or advertising.
Leslie.
This is in addition to what we're already currently contracted for.
So Ben, when you mentioned this to me the other day, I didn't ask you, but have you talked to Ann about, can we put it in the budget? Can we spend it this year since we didn't budget it?
Yes, I talked to him.
Okay.
Did I not mark that?
You did,
Oh, okay.
but I just need to ask the question about expending.
Yes.
Just to be sure.
And I'm gonna double check, cause we have our site review next week, so I'll check with, Sherry Solons and the other folks to make sure that we can, what specifically we can spend it on.
Did Ann say we need to do a unanticipated funds transaction?
She did not mention that to me. Any other questions on that one?
No.
No, I think we were prepared to, unless we see otherwise, is to take action on this today.
Sure. I'll make a motion to approve amendment number 9 to agreement 14-14-16, referred to as document by the page.
Second motion.
Motion's been made and seconded to approve amendment number 9 to the agreement 14-14-16, hereinafter referred to as document. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Alright. And then the next item I have, if you're all ready. Okay. Is, we're filling in the vacancies on our advisory board, and Marshall Landers has put in her application, and I think she can be a good fit. She currently is she heads up the crisis center down here in the south end of the county.
Which position was vacant?
There's a few that are vacant, and so we're just plugging them in as soon as we
This
can.
isn't as large or anything, or is it, I know that within the thing, there's probably, if I remember right, certain representation.
Yeah, I'm trying to, I think this would be a community member at large.
Committee member. I'll move to appoint Marshall Landreth to committee member at large on the mental health advisory.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve Marshall Lander in the community at large position as presented. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed?
Just, no, aye. Just for edification of all, how does she fit in with the mental health, as far as advisory capacity? How do we interact with crisis center?
I think she'll be a good fit because like I was saying, and like you just said, she's the director of the crisis center, and so I'm hoping that this will also lead to increased communication in terms of the difficult situations their clients face and how we can help them.
Absolutely, I think what you're saying is exactly right. Just the community partners, it just makes it more whole. I think it's great myself.
You already got interaction, it just enhances it even more.
Exactly. So, better services for everyone.
Okay, thanks, Ben.
Thank you.
Well, we've got about, 50 minutes. We'll hold off our update on the annex HVAC. Mr. Berman, please join us.
Just here to get into contract with professional heating and cooling for the HVAC at the annex. You guys have a copy of the contract, so we just need it signed.
No comments from legal counsel?
No, this is the one that he actually put together, and it's all good.
Are we gonna go ahead and change the date on it, Dave, on the back?
Did
I thought we approved this last week.
We didn't approve the contract.
you approved the award?
The award,
Okay,
okay.
and then I have to extra contract. Yes, I'll change it to 2014, sorry about
Okay.
that.
I'll make a motion to approve the annex HVAC system contract, since we have approved the moving forward with doing it in the amount of $19,716.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Let me just amend this, even though we have it on there. My motion, and it's to professional heating and cooling.
And the date
Okay.
change.
And the date changed to 2014.
Yep,
Commissioner Kestner's okay with that, so. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried. Any other department updates, Dave?
Just, you notice we're painting, which I think everybody should know that. If they don't, well, they close their eyes when they're walking in, but it's moving forward. We are having a few glitches in some of the things, like the windows, wrong windows that we had brought to us, so they're trying to switch them out and get them here, so we're still ahead of the game, but if we don't get the windows, we might end up a little bit behind if they don't get them here, because they were supposed to be here last Friday, and they haven't showed up yet. So that's kind of one of our glitches, so.
So the schedule for this week's gonna be kinda unknown as it relates to potentially weekend work,
Yes.
all based on whether or not the service provider gets in the windows to our contractor.
But we're still ahead of the game, I mean, it's
Yeah.
still moving pretty smoothly. They're just focusing on the west wing over there, so they got all the stuff for that, so they're trying to wrap that all up.
All the windows that need to be changed out is not affecting the west
No,
wing.
no. It's mainly this end of the east side of the building mainly, and the top floor. So,
Well, they do have some weather coming in, I'm sure they're planning around that,
Yeah.
so,
yeah.
yeah.
In other words, they leave the windows in, the existing until after the rain.
Yeah. Depends on how hard it's raining, if it's lightly raining, I think they can still work around that.
Well, I'm thinking of the painting.
Yeah, the window, the painting will definitely come to a stop, so
Yeah.
if it starts raining.
Any other updates?
No, I think that's it, I can think of at this time.
As soon as we get the windows and the painting and exterior done, what's the timetable for renovating new office space in that area?
Yeah, about the first of the year, time we all get everything together and all that laid out, and so. And then you will have your pink satin curtains.
Lace.
Lace with the animals on it.
Yeah.
I would think the renovation would have, you'll start in the process and look at, a lot of them depend on what the costs come in for the renovation.
Yes, yes.
Come back to the Board of Commissioners for a decision to continue or not after the cost. We have the preliminary drawings, we paid for those, but we don't know until we do the bid for the
Right,
total cost.
right. Materials, labor, all that stuff. And then I also have a professional heating, he's putting us for budget purposing, for an HVAC for the whole courthouse, so. And that goes with the new office space over there. So that kinda gives us a cost, on what it take for the heating cooling over there.
Wouldn't that be inclusive for the Memorial Hall?
Yes.
Okay, thanks, Dave.
Thank you.
Denise, any department updates you'd like to share?
I don't have anything. We got a sneaky rumor that my special transportation grant was awarded, but I haven't seen anything official yet, so we'll see.
Okay.
Want to have a little time, Greg Seeger chatted with both of you guys yesterday about the breezeway, what we got coming in.
I think it came out real positive, Commissioner. He came up with a preliminary drawing of that there could be, where the breezeway would be double doors on each side there, basically a 6-foot opening, so they could be used for access for people to come in and out. 6 foot would still be good for people to, events, whatever, whether it's wedding, gun show, or it's a holiday fair, to be able to take things in and out. The slope would be appropriate, the landing would be appropriate, and I thought he came up with a good suggestion way for, maybe for your engineer to look at, considering.
Yeah, this 74-inch opening, up to a 74-inch opening was allowed.
Yeah, communicated both with the engineer and with Greg off and on pretty extensively last Friday, and told him to come up with something that can work, and then give us an estimated cost.
Yeah. I would really encourage on the two buildings though to maybe have a landing and doors, double doors out the west side, just for the ease of access for events and everything. The whole works, and that just serve as another exit for fire and everything too, my thoughts.
But I think that was the original plan.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
So were they still gonna make that to where it could be open during Roundup?
Yeah, fair.
it would be double doors.
on these lateral sides of the breezeway, down the doors, and just open them up, and it'd be a breezeway east-west as well as north-south.
I think come up with to be able to be in compliance. The buildings are a foot difference in height, and that's the challenge.
9 inches. That's what he based his thing on.
Round it off,
I've been known
9
to,
inches.
I've been known to bet, but I bet you it's about 11.5.
Hey, I didn't measure.
I'll
anything.
take you on that bet,
What is it?
9 inches.
Anyway,
We have a 9-inch drop before the platform. I may be wrong, I don't know.
We put many up.
well, what he explained to me yesterday in the drawing on the easel pad was that there was a 9-inch difference between
Two
the two
buildings.
buildings.
Elevation.
And in order to get that 74-inch door allowance, because he was talking about 36 to start with, and I said, well, looks to me like we've got more with that drop. And anyway, that's what it's based on, this projection.
9 inches.
Would be 6 feet. Yeah.
Did he say anything about needing a firewall, being that we're connecting the two? That came up in that discussion at one time.
It would have to be built to code, and there could be a firewall on
The
the
fire doors, you know, that one up together. But he didn't make any mention of it. The engineer brought that up to him.
I can't remember on that exactly, but it'd have to be to code, and if a fire break is to code, then it'd have to be.
Okay, that kind of fits under liaison updates. Any other liaison updates at this time? I have that conference call at 10 o'clock today. Steve Ellis, as we all know, will be here tomorrow and has wanted to get with us. Thursday I'll be at Bend at the Central Oregon Tin Can Gathering on our open consortium. I'll be with Mary next week, with Jan Kaplan on Monday. Mental health, Commissioner Kestner had mentioned that last week, I think, that they have their intake or closeout on the 30th at 1:30. Rick, Commissioner Winters, I'll probably participate at least on Wednesday of the 1st of October on the DEQ landfill on-site discussion. I don't know if I'll be here Thursday or if I am all day or not. I've got a call from Lane County from drawing a blank, a good buddy over in Lane County.
Joe Lawrence.
John Lindsay?
No, but anyway, on the transfer of public land, they wanted me to come to the meeting on the 6th of October at AOC, and I told him I couldn't do that. And so he wants to know if there's a couple of them that would like to meet with me on Friday the 3rd on their meeting about the 6th. On the 6th, I'm going to be meeting with the agency, interagency folks on contracting on the collaborative landscape restoration projects and the whole makeup of how they do the contracting. Our web meeting in Klamath on the 7th, and then, as I said, the kickoff for the Workforce Investment Board here locally, and we'll find out Thursday whether or not that happens on the 8th. But I'm going to suggest that it maybe shouldn't, because there is that Regional Solutions meeting in Paisley. I don't know everything that's going to go on there, but they did ask if I wanted to attend, and then of course all of us gold on the 9th. That's probably enough for now. Something going on every day.
This week, I just continuing on many of the things that's going on. The announcement of Red Rock Biofuels getting their grant award. My interaction with Jeff Mandernack at this time is just through email, just acknowledging that the grant went through. On Wednesday, myself and Ray Sims, Mike Warren will meet to strategize on discussions in the future on community service fees, the impact to the county and to the town. So when Jeff's ready to start talking about that again, we will have some more things together on that. as both of you know, there's a potential other leases and contracts out there that's being presented to us that's not become public at this time, not to do with Red Rock, but legal counsel's working on one of those. If you guys would be sure, any comments, get them to legal counsel. We should possibly have an agenda item in a way. So other than that, just the normal day-to-day operations.
Well, and while you're winding that down, we all signed this morning a letter to Congressman Walden supporting the proposal by a couple of members in the House to move forward with the bill and SRS funding, so.
Yes.
Where we at with Senator Wyden's proposal?
Still hasn't introduced it. The email I got yesterday, he's trying to, they adjourned. The Congress did till after the election. They are on a 7-week vacation.
Yeah.
Well, they're not. They do work when they're not in DC, but
They do it most years.
he's wanting to get a Republican senator to co-sponsor it. And the bill discussion today on the conference call will be on at 10. We'll probably shed some additional light on that. Because we ended up talking about SRS as well as bill, so
You said you wanted a
Republican.
Republican senator to co-sponsor. I was thinking he was needing a House co-sponsor.
Not at this time. He wants to introduce it in the Senate, so. It was scheduled to be introduced last week and that didn't happen. And who knows when will happen now.
After the elections.
Yeah, well, he was on TV on KLBI last night talking about a variety of things and didn't really touch too much on that, but said that December isn't looking real good for a lot of things, that it'll probably be after the lame duck session's over for general legislation to be introduced, so we'll see. We'll just keep interacting with them. And like I said, AOC may have, NACO may have, Paul Beto's gonna head the conversation today. And with the fly-in that they had last week in NACO, they had a lot of positiveness, and I think there's enough groundswell effort. There's a lot of stuff going on out there, so. But they're pushing both the one-year extensions of those two programs as well as the permanent one. Heather lays on updates.
A little bit share information on what's going on with the BB working group, the consensus group. I missed the last meeting where they talked about special destinations. There was no conclusion to that discussion, but I'll let you know what I've gleaned from what was discussed. There's different options tossed out. One is to make it a large refuge connecting to, personally, that's something that I would not favor because it would be detrimental to the family ranching operation.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It would be a solution to the wild horses though.
No such thing as wild horses. They
Yeah,
have-
wild feral horses. Yeah. Another option tossed out, which it kind of, I thought was kind of odd, was joint management of the Beta Butte area between the refuge management team and the BLM management team. I don't think that got much traction. Another option tossed out and discussed was a national conservation area. And I wasn't able to be there, but I had shared my thoughts with several individuals who thereafter shared it back to the group. It's a heritage working conservation area. You brought up about 3 years ago, the heritage of our western ranching operation.
Yeah, we have to keep our heritage alive and our culture alive of what Lake County, in my opinion, was founded under was the cattlemen and all the sheep, agriculture, all that.
You can probably surmise what part of the group was favorable for some of the alternatives and what part of the group was favorable to the other.
Sure.
The other thing, on the SCOED position that shares with the county here. Of course, Fredway took a teaching job, so it's open.
Smith, Fred Smith.
Fred
Yeah.
Smith.
We will be working with Redway on another subject.
Yeah. And, do we have to? Anyway, we have two applicants. One, Betty said was short on qualifications, and we're interviewing the other one most likely this afternoon, later this afternoon. On the meeting I went to 2 Thursdays ago in Portland on the OF and the MODA grant opportunity, I've been chatting with various folks trying to pull together some options to package around childhood, early education, and health. And I'm trying to make it complete countywide. It may be different aspects between the county, but we're still in the process of kind of working on that. Jeremy Playa, he's Charlie Tracy's boss in the child welfare. He has a staff over there named Jessica, who has in-depth experience in childhood, teaching, coaching, sports. And my thoughts on this project is the foundation blocks would be healthy nutrition and physical activity at a young age, because that's influence your health throughout. And she has background there, so she's going to be engaged with us to try to strategize on the project. Next week, on the 8th, there's a broadband session in the Dalles. It's just by chance I'm headed to a early learning metrics meet in Portland, so I'll be traveling on the 8th. So I'm just going to capture that broadband session en route to Portland. And then on the way back from Portland, on Friday, there's a Juniper utilization working group meeting at AOC in Salem. So I'll just catch that on the way back to capitalize one full trip to catch three things. That's my update.
Well, speaking of those updates, Commissioner, I'd like to capture, because it's obvious that October's kind of wild and crazy for all of us. If we could capture some dates that everyone's gonna be gone, I actually caught Commissioner Winters and got his, but just, we've got meetings and just to kind of know where,
When we're gonna have our own meetings,
when we're gonna have our own and,
most.
yeah, well, just everything. But before we get to that, just as you were talking, the ONDA bit of information you sent around the other day, just a quick comment on it. You probably read it even better than I did, but I tried to read the whole thing. The only thing that I didn't see in there was a clear statement from us about the intertie. It's alluded to, kind of, you know, and it's CC'd to Fredway with the Forest Service, because he's in charge of that program. But I don't think that Brent Fenty really captured that very well. So that would be my feedback to that.
When you say interplay.
In the
Interconnection with the
interconnection,
national
intertie with the nationally recognized trail, he kind of alludes to it with this desert trail. He doesn't say it's gonna come into Paisley and it's gonna go up the river onto the forest, and that we're really not in favor of that.
Well, I think you're being too nice. I
Well-
think we need to absolutely say we do not support that at all.
Yeah, what we did here, and he
Yes.
didn't capture that, it was,
Yeah,
Because he
that was
doesn't,
my position
because he
all along.
doesn't want to capture it.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not quite as nice as you are.
To enlighten a little bit more, well, first off, as soon as I got that notice of that proposed trail about 3 years ago from Tom Rasmussen, Bureau of Land Management, I talked to Chris right then that anything that impede on motorable uses is,
Well, I think what Dan's saying is that we need to send that to Brent Bentley, that we oppose that connection and that designation as Lake County Commissioners, and that needs to be part of the record.
well, I'll let Commissioner Sound draft a letter. I've already conveyed that to Brent that we're not gonna go there.
We need to memorialize it in writing though.
To the Bureau of Land Management with CC the Brent.
Well, we need to
And the forest.
CC it to the Forest Service that we're in total opposition. Because he, in his thing, and without it being here, I don't know how he said it exactly, but it was like, there shouldn't be any objections from an environmental standpoint of other uses related to the trail, because they're aware of, the rules around it. It was a very poor way to convey what we said, so.
Well, that was their capture of what they wanted to hear, so it's for us to capture what we want to say.
Well, I think you said it all right there. They're trying to capture it in their take and address it in their
And I think
their
the
fashion.
simplest, I'm sorry, I think the simplest way might be to get with Denise and look at the minutes of that meeting, and depending upon how well we can transcribe pretty much word for word what we said, we send to him, and just say, here is what we talked about in the meeting.
Or you can transcribe my comments from today's meeting and you don't have to look back on it.
So anyway, to dates, I don't know about September, as I didn't hear anything too much about that, but in October, and like I said, Commissioner, and you can repeat them, because
Well, no, I intend
Commissioner
on,
Kestner may not have those, but
I intend on, there's 2 weeks, I will be gone, the week of the 6th and the week of the 20th. On the 20th, the previous week, the 16th and 17th, I'm hoping to be gone. I'm gonna be gone those days, not hoping, I will be gone those days also.
I had you go on the second and third as well.
so,
Second and third, there's potential for a DEQ meeting on
the second.
the 2nd that I will stay and do.
Okay.
So Thursday, I haven't decided if I'll work a partial day or a whole day, but the 3rd, yes, I'm gone. I didn't wrote it on my own calendar.
And I gave you dates on my activities here in the county up through pretty much the end of the week of the 10th. And I will say that if we get some moisture, I won't take off an extended 3 or 4 days, but I'm gonna take off a day and then probably work, and just depends on what's going on with this crazy schedule. But I'm gonna go cut firewood. So, and the only other thing I would say for me in here is, once again, the week of the 27th, I'll be in that day. Sometime in the afternoon, I'll head north, and I'll be flying out on the 28th back to DC for a few days. I'll be back on the 31st.
So the meeting on the 21st is probably what both of you, I will be gone. Both of you will be here to run
Well,
that
that's-
meeting, or does it?
We'll
be
find
canceled?
out, we'll find out from Commissioner Kestner. Are you here the 21st of October?
Ken told me he was, you were the one that was questionable at that point.
I think they're both questionable.
I do too.
I was
28th is
questionable.
canceled.
On the 21st, I am here.
You are here, okay.
The 28th's canceled?
28th is canceled, all 3 of you are gone, or actually you and Ken are gone. Brad is
I'll
here.
be back then.
Brad's here, but
Okay, well, we'll
He and
let
I
Commissioner
can't.
Kestner give us his.
On the week of the 26th, I'll be out cutting.
Good for you. So if both of you are here on the 21st, that would be good, because the next meeting council is canceled. Canceled on the 28th.
we do have the ATV ordinance hearing in Christmas Valley on the 15th. And I will be in conference the 20th, 21st, and 22nd.
So if we're having the work session then on the 21st, and you're here on the 21st,
I'll be on the 21st.
so you've got that covered for someone, for you.
I can either do that, or you can just hit the record button on the order.
Can you give us some training between now and then on how to hit the record button?
If not, we have video over here.
Yeah.
It's double recorded.
Yeah, okay. So any other dates that anybody's gone between now and then?
On the afternoon of the 15th, 16th, 17th, the EOCCO, EOHLA is planning a conference at Sun River, Rural Health Conference, where they be wining and dining philanthropy groups. So I don't need to attend that 4 days, but as county commissioner, I need to be present at least at the start.
Okay.
So you leave from Christmas Valley then?
Yep.
Is that what you're saying?
Yep.
Okay. The county health screening is on the 16th too.
Mhm.
That's the only-
Yeah.
Are you leaving from Christmas Valley?
No, I have to come back home. I'm not gonna make the health screening unless they'll do it at 5 in the morning.
7.
And Lake
Sorry.
County, the Lake County Resource Initiative, our Lakeview Stewardship Group field trip and meeting is all day the 16th and 17th. So if I can do it, I'm gonna try and be involved in that, cause it's gonna be an offshoot of our meeting on the 6th of October on Saturday. Any other dates anybody has that? Hearing none, we're gonna go ahead and adjourn until 11 a.m.
And I have a phone call at 11, so I may be late coming in, but
Okay.
that's fine.
Did either one of you think about getting hold of Elon or Tommy for this presentation? Whoever, during the summer, the work crews, is it Forest Service or BLM they work for?
They work for both. I got I was gonna share that at the meeting. I got up last night from Perry an update on this year's, and I talked to Dave this morning, work program for the agencies. No, I didn't.
I didn't know.
I figured if they wanted them present, they'd invite them, but I didn't.
Hopefully they look at our agenda occasionally.
Did you know the gentleman wounded yesterday?
Excuse me?
Did you know the gentleman that was wounded yesterday? Ochoa?
Oh, yes. I know who he is, yeah. That was injured,
Mm-hmm.
wounded,
Wounded.
commentates, shot.
Hmm.
To
He
me.
was shot with a tree.
Yeah,
Mhm.
had a tree fall on him, but